Hey y'all, I'm coming as promised to do a different video. I'm really upset right now because I actually recorded this video a couple of weeks ago and it didn't upload right. And then since I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the video again, last night I deleted the video off of my tablet. And yeah, I deleted it off of my tablet. Now some of the paperwork that had like some of the medical terms and stuff on it, I can't find. I don't know what happened to it, but I can't find it. This is what's on my nails. What is this video? This video is just going to go over what's going on with me right now, what's going on with us as a family. I made a PCOS video a long time ago. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about that. Because we are TTC, as they say, trying to conceive. There's a little bit of history. My husband and I have been married for 4.5, almost 5 years. June will be 5 years. We pretty much had an understanding that we wanted to wait at least 2 years. You know, we wanted to be married for 2 years before we actually got pregnant. That was our plan. Well, we spent our 2nd year anniversary at his AIT station because we are a military family. My husband is in the Army. So we, everything, 2nd year anniversary, everything was, everything was going on with him getting into the military, him still in training, whatnot. So we finally, we got stationed here where we're at now. And a few months after being here, we got here in October of 2013, and we found out in December of 2013 that he was getting deployed, which is the reason I started making videos, because he was getting deployed. That's why I started making videos. So we found out he was going to be deployed for 9 months, which is crazy because, I had just got up to the point of, okay, I'm ready. I was saying I was ready, but all things happen in God's time, because I was saying I was ready, but looking back at it now, I still was not ready, for pregnancy and all that it entails. Cause that's a lot, pregnancy is a lot. And I was always scared of pregnancy because what if something goes wrong? Because I had already had a diagnosis of PCOS. So what if something goes wrong? So even though I was saying I was ready, I really wasn't. So it really worked out in our favor. But okay, that was 9 months. Okay. So by the time he came home, that's when we were just, to the point where, okay, hey, we're going to go. We actually had made the appointment to go to the doctor, here on post where we're stationed. And when we made the appointment, they were telling us, okay, yeah, you have to be on birth control for a year before you can even get a referral to a fertility specialist. When we found that out, literally the same day that we found that out, that's when I got a call that my mom was sick. And I've talked about this before. I ended up having to go home from where we're stationed. I went home for 2 months to take care of my mother, which she did pass. She passed away. So of course that just her passing, I had finally prayed and worked my way up to, okay, I'm ready to be pregnant again. Ever since I got diagnosed with PCOS, I've always been scared of the what if in pregnancy. Like, what if something goes wrong? What if I'm just not able to conceive? So with her passing, that I had worked my way up to, yeah, I'm ready. Then she passed, and that really set me back. So I was back at square one with, no, I don't want to get pregnant. I don't want to try. But that didn't last long because, I had prayed and, really asked God to help me and work on me. And he did over the years. So I only went through that phase for, about a month. And then I was like, okay, I am ready. But we still had to wait a year because with military and TRICARE, which is the military insurance, you have to wait a year unless you you work out, and you have your own personal insurance, which I'm just on my husband's insurance. So We had to wait a year of no birth control, a year of actually trying to get pregnant, which, I mean, I say we're trying to conceive, but hell, since we got married, I mean, it's not like we tried not to conceive, but, you know, like, we're actively, like, really, really trying. So the year went by, nothing happened, and so we finally went back and we got the referral to go to the fertility specialist, which the fertility specialist that we go to is an hour, well, 45 minutes to an hour away, which is actually a good thing because the place that we go is really, really, really good. It's an actual fertility clinic. They do everything there, everything from different procedures, like IVF. They do everything. It's just according to what, you know, what's going to be covered. So I'll get into that. So we went for our first consultation. That's when we found out everything that we were going to have to do. I was going to get a sono and an HSG. I also had to do a leukophage test. I can't think of what it's called now. It's pretty much where they give you a shot to gauge how your body is adjust to this shot. So then they also said that they were going to give my husband, they were going to redo his sperm check, because we did a sperm check here on post where we're stationed, but it was so like frustrating because they didn't even go over the results. Nothing. They was just like, oh, everything fine. Because when he went to pick the results up, there wasn't an actual, like, the doctor wasn't there. So the nurse just gave him the results and she didn't know nothing about it. She just said, well, since nothing is like highlighted in red, everything is fine. We tried to call multiple times to see if we could ever catch a doctor in the office. We left messages for them to call us back. We never heard anything back for them to try to explain the results. So, you know, they were like, well, even though you already had that, we had his sperm check like in October of last year, 2005. But they were like, well, we're still going to do it again. Because they were telling us that since they're an actual fertility clinic, the test, you know, the sperm check and everything that they do is more in depth. Okay, so the day that I had to do the HSG and a sono, my husband had to be there for his sperm check. Now, I looked at a lot of videos on YouTube of different women's experience, you know, ladies' experience with the HSG, excuse me. I also have one of my good friends. She had it done. Like, my experience was nothing like those ladies or my friends, because she said she passed out from the pain. It was that painful. For me, I didn't have no pain, period. Like I said, I lost the paper with all the actual terms of the medicines. The only two that I can remember specifically was Valium and Demerol. They gave me a Valium because she told me that it's a muscle relaxer, and if I clench while he's doing the procedure, it can make it more painful. They gave me Demerol for the pain. They also gave me a nausea pill, and they gave me one other pill that was for something else. So of course I was really loopy, like I had no pain. I went in, my husband could not be with me. I went, you know, in the examining room, like, cause it's like a really nice little clinic how they have it. So everything is done there in the office. I went in, they had to walk me there. I got up on the thing. I was in stirrups. They did all the procedures. They did where they shoot the dye up and, you know, through my tubes and make sure it comes out on the side. All of that was normal, which he was talking to me and telling me everything as he's going through. So I was kind of like, well, dang, which I saw another lady on here say this, like, it sounds kind of weird, but in a way, you kind of, when you're going through procedures and stuff, it's kind of like you don't want something to be wrong, but you kind of want something to be wrong. That way, you're like, oh, that's what it is. You know, like, oh, that's why I'm not getting pregnant. So when he did all of that, everything was fine. He also did a biopsy of the lining of my uterus, you know, right then. I also, that same day, I had to get a shot of estrogen because my menstrual cycle, my period had not come on like it was supposed to. And they gave me a shot of estrogen so I can do the Lupron. I think it's LC something. I can't remember the name of it, y'all. I'm sorry. But I know it's a Lupron challenge test. So LCT, the Lupron challenge test. So they did that, which the LCT pretty much, I'm just going to write down before I forget it. The LCT, what it is you go in, you have to be on your menstrual cycle, and they give you a shot. You have to go back within 24 hours of them giving you the shot. Before they give you the shot, they take blood, give you the shot, and you have to go back within 24 hours of them giving you that shot to draw blood again to pretty much gauge how your body responded to that shot. So we did that today, the 26th of February. We went back for all of our test results, all of everything. So we were going over everything, and first thing he said, you know, both of y'all are healthy. There's nothing, you know, everything is, y'all are healthy. You know, y'all are a good age. So let's look into what's going on. Come to find out with my husband, you know, everything is pretty much good. It's just they're going to give him Clomid just to like bump things up a little bit with him. With me, they were like that it's something like how he was explaining it to me. I'm producing eggs. I am, but it's like the eggs that I'm producing, they're not 100% developing how they're supposed to. So pretty much what we're going to end up doing is an IUI, which is intrauterine insemination, which like I was explaining to my mother-in-law, everybody know what IVF is, where they take the egg and they take the sperm and they put it together. Well, with IUI, because he explained to us, they're pretty much going to, you know, they're not doing anything with my eggs necessarily, but they are going to take my husband's sperm. They're going to go through it, filter it, get the best possible sperm, you know, that he has. And then they're going to inject those sperm into me, directly into my fallopian tubes, which increases the chances of, you know, getting pregnant. Because it is something that is done inside of my body. TRICARE, which, you know, like I said, is the military insurance, will cover it. The only thing about in vitro, yeah, a lot of insurance doesn't actually cover in vitro. TRICARE surprisingly covers some stuff, but the cost to you is still high. So if you are a military spouse and you are looking, you know, looking at options, they will cover a little bit, but you still gonna come out of pocket a lot, a whole lot. Pretty much, they have prescribed me Clomid, a daily like baby aspirin, prenatal vitamins, folic acid, and then they're also going to give me Desogen, but I'm just kind of confused on the Desogen because y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot to take in today. It was so much information to process. But I think the Desogen, they told me don't, even though I'm going to go ahead and try, my husband and myself, we're going to get all of our prescriptions filled. We're not, like, he is supposed to start taking his stuff immediately. Traffic was so bad getting back here that by the time we got back here, the pharmacy here on Post had closed. So we're just going to get up in the morning and go before I go to the gym. He also changed my my metformin for my PCOS. He changed it because I was asking him pretty much like, because since I'm not working anymore, I am really, really focused on my weight. So I asked him about that, and he changed my metformin. So he gave me glucophage, which is like the actual name of metformin. Metformin is like, he said metformin is generic, but he prescribed me, and so I'm going to completely change it. So like I said, it is a lot to take in. I know I'm going to call them the first day of my menstrual cycle of March, but the IUI, they told us that they're not going to actually do it until April. Like I said, there is a cost associated with the IUI. Not sure if I said that. The best thing about TRICARE is they pretty much cover a lot of it. They cover a lot of it. But we do have to come up, we do have to pay. And it's not $20. It's a significant amount. So yeah. But yeah, that's what's going on. Which, me not working, my husband and I, we had already discussed it, that once it actually came, close to time for us to really, really get, like, hey, because we knew, like I said, we had to be on birth control for a year. So we knew that eventually, once that year was up, we were going to go, if we didn't get pregnant, we were going to be at a fertility clinic. So we already knew, like, hey, once we even get close to this time, you're going to stop working. So I actually stopped working a week ago. I was going to try to stay this whole month of February, but I was like, no, because I'm going to have to end up taking off, and plus, like, February this month, we've had a lot of going back and forth to the doctor. Yeah, it's been a lot. And like when I had my sono and HSG, I ended up having to have a whole week off. I only asked for a couple of days because honestly, I wasn't in pain, but they gave me a whole week. So, I mean, the month of February, I really didn't work that much anyways. One of the best things that did come out of this is I had to have the internal ultrasound. This was the last thing that I did before we actually went today for our follow-up. And the lady, she was like, I was asking, okay, what's the purpose of this? She was like, we're just going to test your ovaries to see, how they look. And I was like, well, I already know I have cysts on both of my ovaries. And when she, looked at it, she was like, well, you might have had cysts. I told her my horror story of how I found out I had PCOS and whatnot. It was a horrible story. I told her. And she was like, well, yeah, you may have had them then, and she apologized for the doctor, back then, how he talked to me, and, like, it was really bad. It was a bad situation. But she was like, you don't have any cysts now. And y'all, I honestly laid on that table and had to fight tears. I was that happy. Yeah, so so everything is good. So yeah, this is where we're at. My husband and I both are people of faith, so we are walking 100% by faith. We know what's gonna happen. This is just our journey. This is our process that we are having to go through to get the pregnancy. And, I mean, it's a scary, overwhelming journey, but it's, it is what it is. I'm not upset or anything. I'm actually kind of relieved now that we know this is what's going on. This is like, it's like, okay, here's the problem. Here's the solution. Let's get on it. So yeah, y'all, that's what's going on with that. Like I said, I am, like when I was working, which I don't know if I said it before. The reason I actually even started working was because I had a bill. And I did not want, well, I say a bill, but it really wasn't a bill. It was something, I'll just say a bill. And I was paying someone back. I'll just put it out there. I was paying someone back. Not for money that I had personally borrowed. No. And I knew that my husband would help pay this person back. But I didn't want him to. I didn't want him to help me pay this person back. Like I said, he was actually mad that I was actually paying so much of it back because I didn't actually borrow the money. But, you know, I gave this person my word that I would. So I got a job to help pay this person back. And I knew that once, you know, that person was paid back, it was going to be around the time that we were going to start everything with the fertility. And so I was going to stop working. While I was working, I did gain, unfortunately, I gained about 15 pounds or so. I was working almost a year. I was working 10 months. So really, when you look at it, that's not terrible. I mean, hell, it ain't good, but it's not terrible. But yeah, I am now, since I'm not working, I am back to going to the gym. Right now, the schedule that they have, I'm just going 5 days a week. No, 4 days a week, and I'm working out at home for 2 days. Because y'all, like, not only are we trying to get pregnant, but my husband, by him being in the military, he's constantly working out, staying in shape. I want to work out because, you know, I want to have a healthy pregnancy. Plus, 3 ladies that I know that are around my age that have small children. 2 have been severely fighting for their life. Both pulled through. And the 3rd one that I actually went to school with this week, you know, has a small toddler, wonderful woman. She's a minister, fighting for her life, and passed away. I actually went to school with her husband as well. He's a minister also. So all of us went to school together. All of us are around the same age, or the same age. It is like it's just putting so much in perspective. Like I told my husband, I'm not trying to go through everything with, you know, everything to conceive. And, you know, I want to be the healthiest me I can be. So yeah, so in addition to us being on this pregnancy journey, trying to conceive journey, you know, I am back on my weight loss journey. I did get off of it for a little while because of my mother, then because of working and whatnot, but I'm 100% back on it. So yeah, y'all, that's what's going on with me. I do thank y'all for taking the time out to watch this. Mary starts next week, so I'll probably, you know, review that. But other than that, y'all, I do videos strictly because I like doing them. This is something that is extremely personal to me, that I'm, you know, sharing because I get a lot of information from watching YouTube videos and whatnot. And if my video can help someone, then hey, even though it's something that's extremely personal, I'm gonna put it out there. But again, y'all, I do thank y'all for watching.